Hey, everybody, crystal blessings. I'm so happy to be here with you. I hope my microphone settings are correct this time because I noticed last time they were a little tinny sounding. So, welcome, everybody. I'm happy to be here. It's been a little bit, right? Okay, so today we're going to talk about the top 7 vintage crystal books that I love. And, there's more and more crystal books out there than ever before, especially with the explosion we've had in 2017, 2018. How do you know which crystal books to rely on, which ones not to waste your time and money on? The list that I'm going to give you today, and this is my opinion, goes beyond the current bestsellers. And I'm featuring my tried and true that were the first crystal healing books on the scene, and I feel have stood the test of time. So, in case you're not aware of who I am, I'm Hibiscus Moon. I'm the founder of the Hibiscus Moon Crystal Academy, where I certify people all over the world as crystal healers and teach all aspects of working with crystals. And today we're going to discuss my top 7 vintage crystal books. Okay, these are the vintage ones. So that these are the ones that I've treasured over the years, plus a bonus one. It didn't qualify, I felt like, as a standalone book on its own, but kind of like a sidecar thing. And in honor of the upcoming summer solstice this Friday, I'm going to give away 2 summer solstice crystal education bundles of mine. I do this once a year. It includes loads of my products plus 2 of my class electives, crystals for prosperity and abundance, and crystal formations. If you're into crystals, you definitely want to take crystal formations. So to enter the giveaway, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you have to have commented on my last video, which was Black Tourmaline Healing Properties. I know it was a minute ago. I was out on a healing hiatus, but I'm back now. So go comment there now if you haven't already. And I'm going to announce the winner here live at the end for the 2 summer solstice bundles. Now, I'm going to give away 2 of these at the end, but this bundle is currently on sale now until Friday. It ends Friday at 3 p.m., I believe. So you can head over to the accompanying blog post and grab it now. The accompanying blog post is in the description below. So you can go there to that blog, and you want to keep that blog open somewhere because there's resources and things I'll refer to. But at the top there, you'll see Summer Solstice Bundle if you're interested in grabbing that. All right, question of the day is, what's your hands down favorite crystal book of all time? Vintage, brand new release, in between, whatever. Please post that in the comments below because I'm curious to know. And we can share with the crystal family other crystal books we might not be aware of. All right. Now, if you click on the link in the description below, like I just said, that's going to take you to the accompanying blog post to this video where you can get more resources. You can sign up for my newsletter that comes out twice a month. In it, I put personal stories and ways to work with me, secret sales, but mainly like the personal stuff that I don't talk about anywhere else. And you can enter your info at the top of the page there and just click yes, please, and you're in. And you guys know I'm here to bring the crystal education to the crystal family. If you'd like to help me with that mission, you just close out the chat and click like. And liking this video tells YouTube to promote this video. You can also comment and share this video into as many places as you can think of. Those actions tell YouTube to promote my video and to talk more about crystal topics. Also, please subscribe to my channel and bop the little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notified of whenever I go live. Okay? All right, so let's get started. Let me have a sip of my yerba mate. I got to be careful not to drink the whole thing. I was drinking too much of it before, and now I just want like half. It's almost as strong as coffee, if not more so, I think sometimes. So got to go easy on that stuff. All right, so I already have a classic blog post listing my crystal healing book recommendations that I wrote way back when in 2012, and that list still stands for me. So if you want to know what are my favorite crystal healing books, that's the list. No changes. Just again, go to the accompanying blog post where I link to that blog. If you want to check it out in that blog post, you'll see it there. I just want to check and make sure. Oh, cool. There's a ton of you in here. So good to see you guys. Hi, Teresa, Susan, Dragonfly, Indigo, and Elizabeth. I just wanted to check. Hey, Matthew, make sure you guys are all here hanging out live and everything looks good. All right. Good, good, good. Because sometimes I forget and I don't look over there and open up the chat. I have to open it to see it. And then, like 15 minutes later, I find out that nobody can hear me. All right. So, no changes to that list if you just want to know my favorite books of all time. But today, I'm going to share with you my, like I said, oldie but goodies that are hidden little gems. And keep in mind that this list is, of course, my opinion, and you might disagree, and that's okay. That's what's great is we can share opinions on this. So, what makes something technically vintage? Because sometimes we go on Etsy and everybody's listing everything as vintage when it's not. It has to be at least 20 years old. So if it's at least 20 years old, it's technically vintage. So all these books I'm going to talk to you today are at least that 20 years old. I want to put out a little disclaimer too. Please don't get mad at me. Many of these books are out of print and they might be hard to find, or if you do find them, they've got some crazy, ridiculous price tag, insane price tag, and that might become more so after this video. I'm sorry, but how else do we get the information out there? Please don't get mad at me if that's the case. I've been collecting these books for a long time. And they, like I said, they were hidden little gems. Nobody was putting it out there that they were great books. In the accompanying blog post, or some people were, anyway, you get what I'm saying. So in that blog post in the description, I give you some tips on hunting them down if they are out of print, if you find them hard to locate. But I don't want to get into that into this video. I'll leave that there if you're interested. Like, oh, I can't find this book. What can I do? I give you some tips on how to do that. And that's actually how I found some of these books. Okay, so here's the list. I made some notes. I'm going to start off with the first one, Crystal Enlightenment by Katrina Raphael. This is actually part of a 3-volume series, so it's known as Volume 1. Okay, I made some little notes here. This was published in 1985, year before I graduated from high school. And it really covers the basics of crystal healing. My books are, I highlight, I write in them. They're worn and tattered, well used and well loved. It covers lots of different topics, like working with crystals, tuning into crystals, what she considered at the time the New Age stones, charts. There's great resources. I mean, and look at this photo here, but there's no actual photos in the book, I believe. Yeah, this one's just really good information. So I really like this. And the first 3 are actually all by the same author, Katrina Raphael. Again, all of this, I've got links. You can go to that accompanying blog post, just click on it. It'll take you right to Amazon to find the book there. But you may not want to buy it there. It all depends. See how they're doing. I believe these are still reasonably priced and maybe still in print. I'm not sure on that. I just know that some of these aren't. I'm not sure on which ones are and which ones aren't. Okay, next one is Crystal Healing by Katrina Raphael. And this is, again, known as Volume 2. And this one was published in 1987. This one does have photos. You can see from all the dog-eared pages, it's well loved. Lots of photos in this. It actually has specific chakra layouts, and I'm going to show you some of these. And what I find really important, and when I used to have my Advanced Crystal Master course, for right now I'm not doing that course. I do have my Certified Crystal Healer course though, and that's going strong, but the Master Crystal descriptions in here was what I found to be mandatory information. All right, so crystal body layouts, like a third eye layout, and for each chakra, throat and heart, so on and so forth. So color photographs in this one, and then a really good section on going over some of the master crystals. And then even some pictures of the master crystals so you can do some identification. All right. Lots of black and white photos of crystals. So that's another really great book. Okay, the third one, again, another one by Katrina Raphael. It's Volume 3 in that 3-volume series. This is the Crystalline Transmission, a Synthesis of Light. Thicker book, a little bit more information in here. This one was published in 1990. This one goes over the transpersonal chakras. So many of us are aware of the 7 main chakras that lie on the physical body. And then we have transpersonal chakras, different methodologies and authors and teachers have and cultures have different information on specifically what the transpersonal chakras are. I even have my own interpretation of that. But this is a pretty good basic transpersonal chakra interpretation. So these are the chakras that lie beyond the physical body. They lie within your electromagnetic field. All right. So she goes over some of, I think, 4 transpersonal chakras, if I remember correctly, and then the rest of the master crystals. Okay. Because there are more than just the ones that appear in volume 2. So she goes over specific minerals like selenite. Let's see. I don't remember all of them. Okay, so the rest of the master crystals, Isis crystals, Tao crystals, tantric twin crystals. Okay, and then specific minerals, celestite. Wow, I'm tongue-tied today. I'm out of practice. Dioptase, larimar, lepidolite, moldavite, rhodonite, smithsonite, on and on. She goes over some obscure topics like crystal healing for the prevention and treatment of AIDS, because that was a big deal at the time, new on the scene. Dematerialization in action, like disappearing of crystals, nuclear radiation, assimilation. So these were things that were top of mind. Think about it when this was published, 1990. Okay. So anyway, another great book. Oh, and attuning to the crystalline essence, layout to ground the body, specific layout for AIDS, which I would think would be good for all kinds of chronic health issues that are really serious, that layout there. Tantric crystal meditations for couples, some really specific things. So she really gets in there and dives deep. All right, let me put those aside. So I'm going to give you more books here in just a moment. Those 3, actually, I had those as my required textbooks for the Advanced Crystal Master course. Again, they're not the usual ones you're going to find when you walk into Barnes and Noble and look at the bookshelf, or is it Borders? I forget which one's still in business. But anyway, they might be there. I'm not sure. I think they're still in print. All right. So again, if you can just remember, if you came in late, I like to educate our crystal family. So we're going to go over more of the books in just a minute. If you'd like to help me with that mission, just close out the chat and click like if you're on a mobile device. And you can comment and share this video into as many places as you can think of, because those actions tell YouTube to promote this video and allow more people to see it. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can enter the giveaway later. And when you subscribe, just bop the little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notified whenever I go live. All right, so next I've got 4 more must-have vintage crystal books to share with you, plus the bonus pick. And again, in honor of the upcoming summer solstice on Friday, I'm going to give away 2 summer solstice crystal education bundles. And that includes a bunch of my products, plus 2 of my class electives. I mean, just one of these class electives would pay for the whole bundle in itself. It's Crystals for Prosperity and Abundance is one of the class electives. The other one is Crystal Formations. And you're going to win, some of you, or 2 of you in here are going to win one of those summer solstice bundles. So to enter, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have to go comment on my last video, if you haven't done so already. Last video was Black Tourmaline Healing Properties. So go comment there now if you haven't done it already. And I'll announce the winner here live at the end. And now I'm going to give 2 of those away at the end. But if you want to just grab it now and you don't want to wait to see if you won, they're currently on sale. And you can head over to the accompanying blog post, which is linked in the description, where all the resources for this video are. And you can see it there at the top, the link. You can go right to the summer solstice bundle there. Okay. And then we're going to do some Q&A at the end too. All right. So, and if you want more information on this topic, along with the tips to getting the out-of-print books or getting them at a lower price, how to locate rare books, please click on the link in the description below. It goes to the accompanying blog post, all the resources, the tips, and you can sign up for my newsletter there too. All right, so the 4th book. Let me just drink some water here. Okay, this one I think is out of print, Clearing Crystal Consciousness. This is a little book, small but mighty. Okay, this is by Krista Faye Burka. And this was also published in 1985. Basically, it goes over how crystals interact with the laws of energy and nature. That's what really appealed to me about this book. And it's it's one I recommend to my students. And it's the one I get the most comments about. It's not required reading, but it's a recommended reading. And when they do take the step and find the book and read it, it seems to be the most influential on them. So, Small But Mighty Book by Krista Faye Burka, and Clearing Crystal Consciousness is the name of it. So, another highly recommended vintage crystal book. Okay, this one was one that, I don't know, at the time that I got it, I didn't realize it was so obscure, but apparently it's pretty obscure. All right, so Spiritual Value of Gemstones by Wally and Jenny Richardson and Lenora Hewitt. Is this the oldest book that I have? I think it is. Published in 1980. So I think it's the oldest one in my vintage book list. This one goes into all aspects of healing and energy, not just with crystals, but all aspects of it, which is another reason or main reason why it really appealed to me. And again, a lot of information about individual stones. All right, so, agate, jade, kunzite, lapis lazuli, malachite. It talks about the breastplate, the 12 stones mentioned in the Bible, citrine, fluorite, rhodonite, even metals and ores. So a lot of information about specific gemstones if you're looking for that. And again, one that I feel is a must-have on a vintage crystal healing book list. All right, and then another one by a favorite author of mine, Color and Crystals, A Journey Through the Chakras by Joy Gardner. I just really enjoy my Joy Gardner books, no pun intended. This one was published in 1988. I believe there's different covers for it, so don't necessarily look for the same covers that I have here. There might be different covers for these books. This one I really like because it dives into the silica human connection. Those of you that know me, have been in my courses, I love to dive deep into that. Silica is the base component of silicon dioxide, aka quartz crystals. And although we are carbon-based organisms, we have some affiliations with the silica-based quote unquote organisms. Okay, now I sound like I'm talking on Star Trek, right? Well, anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that, but I like that she discusses the silica-human connection. Characteristics of different types of quartz, detailed chakra explanations, highly valuable. You can see that through the cover here, she really has, she likes diving into the different chakras and colors. And so she really brings that information to the table. And I like the physics that she brings to the table with the whole chakra discussion too. And then she gets into color healing, developing your intuition, meditation and channeling, toning, like every aspect of the electromagnetic spectrum she touches upon. And that's something that really appealed to me about this book, grabbed me early on. So, and did I say it was published in 1988? Yeah. Okay. All right, these two, again, very obscure. My copies are falling apart. I hope they stay together here for this. Okay, so this is the 7th book, and then the next one is a bonus, but these two kind of go together, but the last bonus one isn't as important as this one is, in my opinion. Okay, Gem Elixirs and Vibrational Healing, Volume 1 by Garudas. Garudas is an entity that was channeled by someone else, and I don't remember if they actually get into who that someone else was, but it's a channeled book. It was published in 1985, so it's a work, it says right here, channeled through Kevin Ryerson, okay? It gives, if you really want to learn to work with gem elixirs, this is the book, obviously, by the title. It gets into the specifics of working with gem elixirs and creating them. The quartz and lodestone relationship. This is really appealing to me. I actually tapped into this idea before I got this book because I didn't get it in 1985. But when I read it, I was like, yes, 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 yes. This is something, the quartz and lodestone relationship. Again, those of you in my courses know how heavily I base things on that. So I feel, you know, we tap into a collective consciousness sometimes, and on certain topics, and we discover things like, oh yeah, I knew about that, you know, and then you find out about it. And it's so validating when that happens, right? And then again, individual stone information. So my highlights have totally, I've highlighted the crap out of this book, but they're all faded. Oh my gosh, wow. I'll have to reread and re-highlight what's important to me today. All right, so that's a good one. I don't know what the last time I looked at the price at this on this one on Amazon, it was sky high. So that's not necessarily the best place to get these rare books. Look at my tips in the accompanying blog post. Okay. All right, so let's do the bonus book now. This one is also by Garudas, Gem Elixirs and Vibrational Healing. This is volume 2. It's a good add-on to volume 1, but it's not a must. Like if you have volume 1 and you're happy with it, it's not a must. So don't go crazy trying to get this one. This one's really fallen apart on me, and I think this one was hard to get. This one was published in 1986. It goes into astrology, mandalas, various preparation methods for the gem elixirs, bath therapies for gem elixirs. And because I personally haven't dived in too deep to this book, I don't know, it just didn't grab me right away, but it does have a lot of potential. So that's why I'm listing it as a bonus. You might find it to be like a must-have. Here's the some of the astrology charts and things that are in there, and the information aspects and stuff. And here we go. It's falling apart on me. So I have to be very careful with this. Okay, so those are the 7 books. And again, if you go to that accompanying blog post in the description box below, my tips on how to get the rare books, some things that I did to get them, and you'll get some more resources and things. You can also sign up for my newsletter that comes out twice a month with the personal stories, secret sales, information on what's going on. Just put your info, your name, your email, and click yes, please, and you're in. And again, if you want to help me spread this information, you'd like to help me, please close out the chat. If you're on a mobile device, click like on this video. That really does a lot for it. How many likes do we have so far? Maybe somebody can tell me how many likes. And you can comment and share this video into as many places as you can think of. That helps a lot too. Okay. And then also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so you get notified whenever I go live. All right, so if you're passionate about learning about crystals, once a year, I do something really special. If you were here at the beginning, I told you about my summer solstice bundle. And first I offer up my summer solstice meditation e-kit in this bundle, where I go over specific herbs, essential oils, and crystals you can use to further amplify the power of your crystals at this like manifestation time of year, summer solstice. And there's also a guided video meditation and detailed summer solstice ritual and all of that bundled up with tons of my other offerings. Plus this year I've thrown in 2 of my crystal classes. And so all of that's in the summer solstice bundle. And you can go to the accompanying blog post. There's a link at the top if you want to get it right now, but I'm going to give 2 of these bundles away right now. Okay. So I'm going to, let's see, got to go to this other website. We're going to that black tourmaline video. If you've commented on my last video, the black tourmaline healing properties, you're entered. So hitting the YouTube random comment picker. All right. I'm going to pick 2 winners. I'm going to write it down. If you are a winner, you email support@hibiscusmoon and let them know you won one of the summer solstice bundles. Okay, first winner, Jenny Much. Writing that down so Alyssa knows who the winners are. Jenny Much. Oh, she noticed a beautiful orb at around the 3-minute mark. Very cool. I didn't know about that. Okay, and then the next one, Annette Kent. All right, so Annette Kent and Jenny Much, congratulations. You just won yourself a summer solstice bundle. Okay, I'll send that over to Alyssa. And we're going to do some Q&A. So let me open up the chat, see what you guys are up to. Oh, this is like going by so fast. Okay. Oh, I see we need some moderators in here, right? There's like somebody. You guys don't realize this stuff makes me laugh. If people are posting stuff to be mean, or they're saying this is total crap, none of this really works, or they're saying like gross things, I have the sense of humor of a middle schooler, and it just cracks me up. But if anybody wants to be a moderator, you just let me know, and I'll probably, if I've seen you in here before, I'll make you a moderator. And look at all the congratulations to the winners, Jenny and Annette. Congratulations. You guys are so nice. So, so nice. I'm just bless and ban. You just bless and ban. Bless to the people who are getting a little crazy. Yes to bundles, Teresa says. Caroline said, sometimes I feel so overwhelmed with everything I've been listening to and watching. I just need to get to working with them. Hallelujah to you, Caroline. I say that all the time. Sometimes you need to just put all the info aside and just get going. Just start diving in and working with them. And meditation is like the easiest thing to do. I do that every morning. I start my day off with that. So, all the congratulations. Raccoon Eye said, how do you know the properties are legit? You got to figure it out for yourself, okay? Just like Caroline said, you just got to get in there and start working with them, all right? Not necessarily believe everything that the books are telling you about the properties. I teach in my course how people can figure out for themselves what do I have here? Like mascara or something? I don't know. How to figure out for themselves what the crystals are good for. And then go from there and figure out what the properties are for you, because we're all individuals. We all have slightly different electromagnetic frequencies. We're all a little bit different. So we need to figure it out for ourselves and not necessarily rely so heavily on what the books are saying, okay? And a lot of them contradict each other. I've talked about that ad nauseum. So something to keep in mind. Spiritual Medium said, how do you test hematite to see if it's fake? There's several methods. I do teach about that in my Crystal Savvy class elective, because they teach some geology in there, because you really need to use some geology to figure out these fakes. Some geology testing methods, I should say. Hey, Chewbacca. Chewbacca's here. Chewbacca said, so is this the channel about the dark crystal? Are you talking about the dark crystal of the dark side, like the black crystal? Chewbacca, I know. I'm all up in that business with the Jedis, the dark side, the light side. I know it all. So reminds you of the dark crystal. Are you talking about that black crystal that belonged to the Sith? If so, no, we're not getting into that. We're not getting into kyber crystals. Chewbacca, but I like you hanging around. Okay. We're all just dust in the wind. You are right, Chewbacca. Pizza said, oh, okay. You guys are fun to hang out today. Chewbacca, you're on the dark side? Oh, I'm going to be like your Luke, and I'm going to try to get you to come over to the light side, okay? Because the real Chewie is not on the dark side. What crystal is useful for deep healing or soul healing? There are many crystals, Richard, for that. So we're talking about like emotional healing is really what I feel like you're getting at. And I, for one, and many people, this might not be true for you, but for many people, malachite is really helpful for that. It really digs down deep. It allows you to bring things up to the surface and pull them up so that they can be healed on an emotional healing level. Okay. We need more kyber crystals. Okay, Chewy. Not necessarily. If you go to Disneyland, there's a whole ton of them there. Oh, you're rogue. Okay. Great to catch you right at home. I'm glad you were able to join us. Nikki asked, how do you meditate with crystals? It's really easy. It's super simple. If you watch me on my Insta stories, I share a lot on there about my morning meditations. I feel like it's really boring to people because it is so simple. I just choose a crystal that I'm going to work with for the day. It really serves as like an anchor for me, a tangible object to remind me to stay focused on the meditation, whatever the type of meditation is that I'm doing. Currently, I'm doing actually Kundalini yoga / meditation called Subhag Kriya. It's a 40-day like daily practice. And I'm working with, I've been alternating Italian jade and a double terminated quartz crystal, and it really helps me to stay focused. The Italian jade specifically for physical healing, and it's done an amazing job, amazing job. You just set the intention of whatever it is you want to do. Go to the crystal you're intuitively called to work with, and sit and meditate. You can place it on your body or just hold it. That's what I do is I hold it or I sit cross-legged on a pillow and I put it right between, my feet, my ankles, my legs, whatever. And I meditate and you can experiment. Try meditating without the crystals and then meditate with the crystals. I usually meditate with just one crystal so I don't introduce crystal chaos and different frequencies into the meditation and focus on whatever it is that I'm working on that morning. And pollination says, I keep going to lapis. Then that's the crystal you should work with. That's what you're being called to do. Michael said, I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. So figure it out for yourself. Yeah, I feel that's a very smart thing to do. Zulfikar, I hope I said that correctly, said, what crystals are you wearing on your rings? They look nice. Amethyst, this is my engagement / wedding ring, so that's a diamond. Light colored amethyst from Brazil, Uruguayan amethyst from Uruguay, a geode there on that ring. I got this in Maui, and it's one of my favorites, and this was a recent gift from a precious friend. Okay. Amethyst is your favorite, Nikki? Great. It's a lot of people's favorite, isn't it? Okay, Richard said, any information on Lemurians? So little I've found. There's a lot of information I have to give on Lemurians. If you go to my YouTube channel and you just search hibiscus, or just go to YouTube and put Hibiscus Moon Lemurians, there's 2 videos, maybe 3 I have that you can watch there on that topic. Claire said, is the Joy Gardner book, Color and Crystals, the same as her Vibrational Healing Through the Chakras? No, that's a different book, Claire. That's a different one. Okay, I have that too. And Chewbacca said, my favorite is whatever crystal is in my hand. Okay, so which crystal is it today, Chewbacca? Oh, Elizabeth. Hey, Elizabeth, she said, is that Amy Bro in the background? Yes, it is. You see it right above my head. That's a big Amy Bro right there. Wow, you're an OG, Elizabeth. You've been around a while. Caroline said, who are you following for that yoga meditation practice? And if using a crystal during meditation, do you choose it for the properties? Okay, Caroline, I actually was introduced to the Subhag Kriya practice through Guru Jagat. But then I just, you get tired of doing the same meditation every day. You start knowing when they're going to breathe and when they're going to cough and all of that. So I just type in Subhag Kriya in YouTube, and I think there's like 3 or 4 that I like, and I rotate through those 3 or 4. There's some really good ones with some good explanations on how to do it. It's spelled Subagh. Kriya is Kriy, and that's a meditation for prosperity and abundance, to bring you prosperity and abundance in whatever form you wish to have it. And for me, I started doing it for physical healing, prosperity and abundance and physical healing, and it worked. It's working. It's doing. It's still going. And then as far as how do I choose the crystal, I first go in and I look, and I've got there's 2 big cases here, 1 case in my Zen den, and I just kind of go there, and then there's crystals like everywhere else too. Usually a crystal pops into my mind. Honestly, I don't do like actual thinking, practical thinking about it like I used to. Nowadays, it just kind of pops up in my mind, and I'm like, yes, okay, I see why that crystal's wanting to work with me right now. And I go to it. Sometimes I get two or three, and I go, okay, so which one of those would be the one to work on whatever it is I'm trying to work with? And I usually try to work with that crystal for a period of time. Like in the back in the day, I used to work with different ones all the time. I find it better now for myself to work with one crystal and really bond with it for a while. I fill out a journal before I start my meditation, what my intention is, what the crystal is that I'm going to work with. And then I kind of over time, over a month or 2 months, see how everything is going, things, messages that I'm getting from the crystal. I really find I bond with the crystal closely when I do that. And so that's been my MO for a while now. Okay. Yeah, that's the one you need. It's supposed to be the most powerful. That's what I've been saying since day one. The one you are intuitively called to is going to be the best one for you in that moment. All right, everybody, this was fun. Thanks for coming back and hanging out with me and welcoming me back. And I will be back here in 2 weeks. So, not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after, with another live stream. I hope you subscribe to my newsletter. I'll keep you in the loop between now and then. And I'll talk to you all soon. All right. Thanks so much, Crystal Blessings. Have a great day. Bye.